Time now for Restoring the Soul of Healthcare from the HELPcare Clinic in Austin.
It is that time, our once-a-month get-together with the HELPcare Clinic, and it's kind of getting to be my favorite time of year because I get to see Aase in person.
How about that?
You're out on tour.
Yeah, glad to be with you.
Like a rock star.
It is county fair season, and this year it's even more than last year.
Yeah, I was going to say, kind of a rock star. You're kind of a health care rock star when people get a chance to talk to you, and this whole idea of taking insurance companies out of the equation for the most part. I mean, we talk about the need for catastrophic insurance, things like that, but that you're really going back to old school, hence we called it Restoring the Soul of Healthcare, that you're out on tour because taking it right to the people and letting them ask you questions and meeting with them really is I don't want to say game changer, but really an opportunity to get right to the core of what you're doing and get questions answered.
Yeah, it really is a fantastic opportunity. Last year, we just did the Mower County Fair, and we're looking forward to that next week. But we had such a good time with that and a great chance to just get into some extended conversations with people, help them really understand how this model of healthcare is the best of the old and the best of the new together, but also to be able to do it at a lower cost because we don't involve the insurance companies in the day-to-day payment of healthcare. So now last week we're in Olmsted County, this week at the Freeborn County Fair, next week it's at the Mower County Fair, and then we're going to do the Steel. So 28 days of county fair time, or county fair season anyway, and lots of hours that we're spending on it.
Well, and I know that you do. You're very much like many of us now. We're really careful about what we eat and we watch what we do. And sitting there at the fair for 28 days, we were like, man, I got to carry my own food in here.
Well, I did pack a cooler.
Yeah.
And I've got we got some of the low carb sandwiches that we put together. And last year, I just got to say, there was the guy from the Pizza Ranch, or not Pizza.
Your Godfathers?
Pizza Ranch. No, it was Pizza Ranch. Okay, so Pizza Ranch. They had a booth out there, and I have celiac disease, so I kind of was talking smart. I said, so do you have gluten-free pizzas out here? And I'm sure they're not going to have that out here. And he said, well, we could bring one for you. So then I had to do it. If he was willing to make the effort to do it, I had to do it. So that was my one concession last time, to have a pizza while I was at the fair.
I always say, is that when people know that I've been doing all this walking and losing weight this year, that I'll have something that would be on the surface you would think isn't that great for you. But I say, all things in moderation if you really pay attention to what you're doing. Yeah, anyway, exactly. We digress.
Yes, we do.
County fairs are a great way to really get the word out. And I would think the conversation is, for you, different whichever fair you're at, because Olmsted County, you're just sort of being introduced to the Rochester community with your new clinic over there. But then when you go to Freeborn, the nearest clinic is over here in Austin. So the conversations might be a little bit different, but I'm guessing there's probably a thematic unity of what people are asking you about.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what people are doing is trying to just understand how it works, because it is a different frame of reference. They're used to just, you go to the facility and you submit your insurance, you give them their insurance card, and then you wait, and later you get a bill that might be a little surprising at how high it is, because there's the lab tests in there that, I thought that was good. No, that's diagnostic, so that isn't included. So being able to have the conversation about that, and you're right, in Olmsted and in Freeborn, it's more introductory, and so while we do have several members from Albert Lea and from the surrounding area there, we don't have quite the critical mass there that we have here in Austin. So I expect even next week at the Mower County Fair, first of all, we'll have lots of volunteers in the booth, our members who are sitting with us, and we've had some of those in the other places as well. But a big part of what we're talking about is just how this works and how it actually works really well with insurance. And if people, particularly if they have a higher deductible, what they get through us, through a HELPcare Clinic membership, is most of what would otherwise be charged against their deductible they'd be paying for out of pocket anyway, but they're paying a fixed price and a much lower price than it would be otherwise.
Well, also, and we've talked about, is that you get that unrushed, unhurried one-on-one, that if you have a question, you're going to get your questions answered.
Right, and that's actually, we kind of get to model that a little bit at the county fair because we have plenty of time to talk through this with them and answer the questions. And that's what the appointments are like with our providers, with Dr. Dave, with Stephanie, with Elizabeth, that you have an hour to meet with your provider and really get your questions answered. And it's not a slam against the other system, but if you got a 15-minute visit and you want to do good for your patients, you have to deal with what's latest and loudest and the most pressing issue. And so usually that means a pill. I mean, that means some kind of medication to deal with the problem. Whereas we have the opportunity not only with the unrushed appointments, but with the coaching that we do. I mean, we were just meeting with someone today who's been, since the 1st of June, has lost 15 pounds. Nice. And she's radiant. I mean, she's still not near her goal yet, but she's making progress. And again, we're not a weight loss clinic, but that's one of the things is when you help people get healthier, like you're doing, the weight kind of is a side effect. It's a bonus. You've been doing your exercising, your walking, and maybe eating a little bit differently, but it takes little changes multiplied over time to make a big difference.
Well, and in my case, there wasn't an expectation. I mean, I didn't set out saying I have to lose X number of pounds in X number of days. It was just, it was more I don't have access to a vehicle because my wife needs a car, so I got to walk to work, and found that I really enjoy it.
Yep,
for
exactly.
multiple reasons, including mental health, because you get that hour walking and birds chirping
and the fresh air. And all,
yeah,
that's good stuff.
And back to the county fairs, you're actually enticing people. You want them to stop by to visit you. You've got some nice handouts that you're willing to give folks, and they stop by and say hi. Yeah,
we do. So we've got both some drawings, as well as we'll be handing out some finely crafted sunglasses that have our HELPcare Clinic logo on it, stickers for the kids. We've got the Element, which is an electrolyte packet that's really popular among our patients, especially as they're dealing with, summer loss of fluids and, and also on a ketogenic diet, sometimes you lose some of your electrolytes. And so getting those replenished, those are things that we're actually selling in the booth. And then we're handing out the HELPcare Herald, which is our newsletter, our quarterly newsletter. And that's kind of the print version of those conversations that we have at the booth, where it's an 8-page newsletter where they get a flavor of what HELPcare Clinic's all about, how it works, and how it might work for them.
Yeah, so a little something for everyone. And in the short term, you're at the Reborn County Fair. If people are headed that way, where can they find you?
They can find us in the commercial building, not under the grandstand, but the other commercial building exhibits. And we'll be in the Plager building, of course, for the Mower County Fair. We'll also be having drawings. So the grand prize is 3 months of HELPcare Clinic membership for the grand prize winner each week. And then we're also giving away 30-count boxes of the Element electrolyte packets as one of the daily prizes, and then also our in-body body composition scan. So you could probably use that. I mean, just to see how you're what progress you're making.
So what changes have been made.
Exactly.
That's really interesting. And we haven't. I'm talking once a month. I feel like I miss out on a lot of information. I know that you've been up and running in Rochester. How's that been going?
That's been going really well. It's about 10% of the size of what we are in Austin right now, because we got more of the critical mass here in a smaller community. But that's been going really well. And one of the things that we're seeing good signups, continually, averaging probably about a new member a day between Austin and Rochester. But the other thing I wanted to highlight in county fair season is we're having a county fair special. So we're $20 a month off on any of our memberships for as long as the person or the family stays a member. And we're also then waiving the initiation fee, the $99 initiation fee. So people who join between now and August 21st, we don't want to put anybody under any pressure, like they got time to think about it, but we're just saying this is a season we're devoting a lot of time to this, and let's make it worthwhile for everybody.
Well, it's really cool because you're real up on your technology, that people can take the little handout, think about it at home, and scan the QR code and take care of everything right
Yeah,
now?
they can sign up there or enter the drawing, and then we also have the old-fashioned gold box that they can fill out the paper. So that's the Norman Rockwell way, and then we have the Jetsons way of signing up too.
Kind of at the core of what you do. Old school and meets new school and make it all work for everybody. Invite everybody to stop out Freeborn County Fair or next week, Mower County Fair, see our friends from the HELPcare Clinic. Or if they want to, and folks are at the clinic, they can stop by there as well. Remind us where you are and where you are on the web.
Yeah, we're at 308 4th Avenue Northwest in Austin, a block east of St. Augustine's. Or they can call us at 507-279-2345 or go to helpcare.health.
And as we said, make sure you stop by Mower County Fair, stop by and say hi to everybody. Pick up some goodies. The sunglasses are really cool. I like those.
They're stylish.
Very stylish. Your healthcare future is so bright you have to wear shades. So there you go. You've got some shades for them. Always a pleasure to talk to you, Lee. Have fun at the fair. I'm sure we'll see you next week when you're out there.
All right.
Stop by and visit.
Yep. Thanks, John.